Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Exciting day today for a couple different reasons. First off, you will notice I am using a new team. Two of these Pokemon are throwbacks, those being the Excadrill, which I actually used in both ORAS and Sun and Moon, and the other being the Arcanine, which I used back in ORAS. The others are all brand new. These are just Pokemon that I like and have been meaning to use for some time now. And as is always the case with my teams, I feel that I've put together a pretty interesting and original combination, so I'm really looking forward to using these guys in battle. Second thing, you will notice that our first match with the team today is going to be against Jordan, also known as CrashLove37 from the YouTube channel CrashLove Gaming. We have battled in the past back on Sun and Moon a couple of times, and we've worked together on quite a few Pokemon Top 10 videos as well. So, he is also an old friend of mine in real life too, so always fun to battle and work with him. And as you can see, he has a very strong and well-balanced team there, so it is definitely going to be a good match, and we're going to get into it. So looking at the team preview, I really wasn't sure what he was going to want to lead with. He definitely has a lot of solid options there, as I just decided to lead with my Excadrill, the Grave Digger, back at it again, taking souls and digging holes, as he is actually going to lead with the Ferrothorn, and my Mold Breaker is going to come into play right away. So, first turn, I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up on him right away, as he actually just goes straight for the Power Whip, trying to get as much damage as possible. That is going to take me down to about half of my health, which was not too bad, and then I'm going to regain some health with the leftovers. So then I'm going to go for the switch this turn. I don't want to take another attack from this thing, and I know I can't do much to it, so I'm going to come in with my Arcanine, predicting another Power Whip, which he does go for, so not going to do too much there. So this turn he is going to go for the switch, doesn't want to get taken out with a fire move, so he is going to come in with the Gliscor. And I actually just decided to go for the close combat here, predicting a switch but not into Gliscor, so that is not going to do too much of anything to him, and it is going to lower both my defense stats. And then, of course, the Toxic Orb is going to activate to badly poison him. So here I have no choice but to switch out. I am actually choice banded, so I'm going to come in with my Buzzwole Roid Rage, which should be pretty fit to handle any attack he throws at me. He just goes for the knockoff, which barely does anything to me. I am max physical defense and have a Z Crystal as well, so he realizes he's not going to do much of anything there, so he is going to switch out directly back into the Ferrothorn and take some damage from the rocks. And I'm just going to go for the Leech Life here, which is going to actually take him down to about 2/3, which was pretty good. I'm going to regain some health with that, but then I am going to lose the health to the Iron Barbs right away. And he is going to regain some health with his leftovers. So here I just stayed in and go straight for the Drain Punch. I am max attack, so I figure that should be enough to take him out. So that is going to put me back up to full health temporarily, but then I am going to take more damage from the Iron Barbs, but more than worth it to take out the Ferrothorn and knock him down to 5 Pokemon. And of course activate my Beast Boost to give me an attack increase. So then he's going to come in with his own Arcanine and take some damage from the rocks and get the Intimidate to lower my attack. So here I am going to go for the switch. I don't want to take an attack from this thing. I figure I could live a fire move, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to come in with my Drampa, Mr. Herbert, as he actually predicts the switch and goes for the Wild Charge, but not going to do much of anything there, and he is going to take some recoil damage. So unfortunately, he does outspeed me this turn, and he is just going to go straight for a close combat, and unfortunately, that is actually going to be enough to take out my Drampa, dropping me down to 5 Pokemon and lowering both of his defenses. So then I'm going to come back in with Arcanine, and he actually wins the speed tie here, which is kind of unfortunate. He goes for the extreme speed, which is going to knock me down to about 1/3 of my health, but I'm just going to hit him with an extreme speed in turn, and thanks to his lower defenses, that is going to be enough to finish off his Arcanine, dropping him down to 4 Pokemon. So then he's going to come back in with Gliscor and take some more damage from the rocks. And again, I do have to switch out here being choice banded, so I'm going to come in with my Politoed Storm, and of course my Drizzle is going to activate to make it rain on the battlefield. And he actually just went straight for the Earthquake this turn to get as much damage as possible, which is actually going to take me down by a little less than half, which was actually pretty good. And then he is going to regain some more health with the Poison Heal. So this turn he is going to outspeed me, and he is going to go for a U-turn just to get some chip damage. That is going to knock me down below half, and he is going to get the mandatory switch, of course, coming in with his Venusaur and taking some damage from the rocks, as I just decided to go for the Ice Beam, hoping he would stay in with the Gliscor, but that is still going to knock the Venusaur down to about a quarter health, so that was pretty good. So this turn I am going to switch. I don't want to get taken out with a grass move, so I'm going to come in with my Tornadus, as he does go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Venusaur. And he does go for the Giga Drain, so that is going to take me down by about a quarter, and he is going to regain some health from that. So this turn he is going to go for the switch, doesn't want to get taken out with a flying attack, so he is going to come in with the Tapu Koko, take some damage from the rocks, and get the Electric Surge to set the electric terrain on the battlefield. I just decided to go for the Hurricane. Since the rain is up, it's guaranteed to hit, and I knew it would do big damage to whatever he left in. So that is going to knock his Tapu Koko down to about a quarter health, and I actually get the Confusion as well, which was nice, and I'm going to take some damage from the Life Orb. So this turn I'm going to go for the switch. I don't know if I'm going to outspeed him here, and I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to switch back into my Excadrill, get the Mold Breaker to come into play once again. And he is confused, so he actually does hit himself in the Confusion this turn, which was pretty nice, knocking him down into the red. That is going to be it for the rain, and I'm going to regain some health with the Leftovers. So he is confused again this turn, but unfortunately he does break through the Confusion and go for a U-turn. So that's not going to do much of anything to me, but he does get the mandatory switch back into his Gliscor, probably predicting the ground move on my side. But he is going to take some more damage from the rocks, and I just decided to go for the Iron Head just in case he decided to switch. So that is going to knock him down to about a third health, which was pretty good. I am going to regain some more health from the Leftovers, and he is going to regain more health from the Poison Heal. So this turn he is going to go straight for the knockoff. That is going to take me down to about a third of my health and get rid of my Leftovers, but I decided to stay in and just go for another Iron Head, hoping it would be enough to finish him off. Unfortunately, he does survive that in the red, which is going to let him go for another knockoff this turn. Actually, he was probably predicting a switch on my side, but I do stay in, survive that, go for the Iron Head one more time, and that is going to be enough to knock the Gliscor out, dropping him to just 3 Pokemon, as that is going to be it for the electric terrain. But then he's going to just come right back in with the Tapu Koko, just barely survive the switch in on the Stealth Rock damage, and get the electric terrain back up once more. And he is going to outspeed me, just go straight for a hidden power, I assume Ice, which is going to be more than enough to finish off my Excadrill, dropping me to 4 Pokemon. So then I'm going to come back in with Arcanine, and I'm just going to go straight for an extreme speed here. I have no reason not to, which is obviously going to be more than enough to finish off the Tapu Koko, dropping him down to 2 Pokemon. So then he is going to come in with Tyranitar and take some damage from the rocks, and also activate the Sandstream to create the Sandstorm. So, of course, I do have to switch out here, again being Choice Banded into Extreme Speed, so I'm going to come back in with my Politoed, basically just to get the Drizzle to activate to replace the Sandstorm with the Rain in my favor. He actually goes for the Dark Pulse here, which was quite a surprise, revealing he is a special set, so I just barely survived that with 8 health. I am max special defense with an Assault Vest, so this turn I am going to outspeed him, go for the Scald, and because of the rain boosted power, that is going to be enough to take out the Tyranitar, dropping him to just 1 Pokemon. So finally, he is going to come back in with the Venusaur and take some damage from the rocks. And here he is going to go for the Synthesis. Because the rain is up, though, it's only going to heal him by a quarter versus half health, so that is only going to put him back up to about half health. I'm going to go for a Scald here, hoping for a burn. I do not get it, but that is going to just knock him right down to a quarter health yet again. And that is it for the electric terrain. So this turn, he is just going to go on the offense and take me out with a Giga Drain, realizing that he's not going to be able to regain enough HP since the rain is up off the Synthesis. But that is going to take out my Politoed, dropping me down to 3 Pokemon, but no big deal, because I am just going to come in with my Tornadus, and I am going to outspeed him here and just go straight for the Hurricane, since the rain is still up. It, of course, will not miss, and that is going to be more than enough to finish off the Venusaur. I'm going to take some Life Orb damage, and that is game. So, I won that one 3-0 against Jordan, but that was a very good game. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.